Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome to part 3. Look, I'm rubbing my hands already because this is a juicy one today. And feel free to pause and then do this exercise. I want to know why you're the person for the job. Why you are that person to deliver that thing for that person or that group of people in that way, and what you're going to bring to the table. Here's what I see a lot is those, and I know because I've done it. I have done it. There's probably some stuff still on there. We get really formal online about who we are and what we stand for and where we trained and what we learnt and our qualifications. And great. Like, I'm delighted that I have those things. You have those things, but I want to know the other stuff. I liken this, and this is not like dating your clients, but I liken this to, this is tricky because I actually haven't been on a dating app because I'm old and been in a relationship for a very long time. But it's that sense of a dating app. When people say, like, I'm kind, I like going out, but I like staying in, I like good food and nice drinks, and I like to keep fit. Like, it's the worst dating profile ever. But that's the sort of formal version of it. I mean, people might even say, like, I went to Oxford or I spent a year in America, whatever it might be. But you know, when you are getting to know somebody, you're not interested in that stuff. I mean, you might be to a certain point, like just to check that they're not a complete psychopath. But generally, you want to know about the spark and how somebody's going to be in the room. And are they a good person? And what's their vibe? And what are they passionate about? And what are their big dreams and hopes? And what do they like to eat at Christmas? Like, there's so many, if they celebrate Christmas, there's so many other things to it. And so when you're rewriting these services and the way that you're showing up, I want you to do this. I want you to get your phone. I'm recording this on my phone, so this is my phone case. Get your phone and then press, 3 minutes. 3 minutes on your voice note. See what happens. And talk to it, into it. Hello. Oh God, now I'm going to have to do the exercise. Hi, I'm Nikki. I help you. Oh gosh, see, it's really hard. I want you to talk into your phone and talk about who you help and why you help them and why you do what you do and why it's exciting and what will happen if somebody will work with you and what gets you excited about the process. Because I know lots of people have been doing what they do for a long time. And it can be easy to get complacent or to think you know or to rest on your laurels. And now is not that time. The internet is busier than ever. It can be tricky sometimes to get heard, to get noticed. That, everybody's scrolling and moving and everybody's on to the next thing. But I do find that if you talk to people, human to human, engaging, being there in that moment, and I mean really being there. And I don't know if you're this person like I am, but sometimes I've met people on buses and I've ended up having a really deep and meaningful conversation with them to the point where I knew where they grew up. I knew what happened when their 2 little boys were young. I know that they used to spend every summer in France. I knew what the husband's job was. I knew that she had started doing some artwork in her shed, like all of these things. And that comes from starting a conversation. That comes from being willing to be open and to be in that conversation. And I think for so long, because our education is sort of catching up with us because we weren't taught how to do these things. We weren't taught how to pitch or to show up or ask for money or anything like that. So many of us have been given these scripts. We've all bought them, like digital products, like here's my 10 things that you should write on your LinkedIn CV or whatever it is. And then what happens is we go into these scripts and we're literally inserting our job title or our 3 things you should know about me. But when that happens, we don't get to the nitty gritty stuff. And the reason that I'm so passionate about this is because I've been doing this a decade, but because the things that my clients want to know actually in that free 15-minute session when we're having a conversation is, do I feel safe with you? Are you going to hear what I'm saying? Do you get me? Does this feel good? Does this feel expansive rather than restrictive? That's what people are asking. And usually at the end of those conversations, people will say, it's a yes. It's a yes. I just need to work out which thing it is. Great. And there's no, like, I'm never doing that thing of like, great, well, if I can just take your deposit right now. No, go and think. Go and do what you need to do and then come back. And people do. Because they know that good feeling. Like, if it's a fit, if it feels good, you want to see that person again. It's like going on a date in a different way, in that feeling good, in that connection way, in a connection way. And if you are in a situation as a client, because often I am a client paying somebody else, I don't want to feel like the version of myself that feels a bit out of place or feels like I'm not cool enough or clever enough or I feel a bit excluded. You know, if I ever get that moment where I feel like this person might have been mean to me at school because I have ginger hair, like, it's a no. And when people say things like, I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm all for that because I think honesty and constructive feedback is important. In fact, it's essential. But I want to work with somebody who's going to go gentle or apply kindness or be practical or not be like, I'm going to make it about me. And I went to an exercise class years ago, and the woman at the front sort of asked people who knew. And you know what it's like when you go to a class for the first time, you're surrounded by 20 people and you don't want to be the one like, oh yeah, I'm new. Yeah, oh, no, I haven't been before. No, I haven't done this exercise before. And the teacher said, oh, good, I just need to know because that way I won't bully you as much. And one of the women who was new to the class was next to me. And I literally felt that word, bully, like almost go into a solar plexus, like, ooh, I don't know if I'm now in the right room. And I actually thought, even though I'd been going for a while, I didn't know if I was in the right room because that didn't feel good to me. That exchange wasn't there. And by being who you are and saying what you do in the way that you say it doesn't necessarily mean that therefore everybody's going to like it. You might be too much. You might be too little. You might not be the right flavor or fit for some people. But there will be some people that you will be. And that is a wonderful thing. Where next? You can go to my ideal client training, which is on my shop, nikkieraby.com/shop. If you want to meet in person and do one of these things where it's like, okay, Nikki, I'm now gonna say what it is that I do and try and say it in a way that feels good, where I'm not like fumbling over my words like I am now. I would love to work with you. Do get in touch via my website, nikkieraby.com/shop. Have a good read. There's loads of stuff on there. Or you can just email me, hello@nikkieraby.com. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, as always. I'll leave all the description down below. And yeah, set your timer. See what happens. I'll see you tomorrow for part 4.